This is a rock. You can't eat it. You can't wear it. In the ancient world, it had almost no practical use. Yet, for 5,000 years, humans have killed for it, died for it, and sailed across the edge of the world just to find it. This is gold. Why has the world gone completely mad for this shiny yellow metal? Is it just because it's beautiful? Or is it something buried deep within our psyche? A primal hunger that can never truly be satisfied? Today, we aren't just talking about history. We are talking about the hidden truth behind the very idea of value. In ancient Egypt, gold was considered the flesh of the sun god Ra. It was a divine substance, not just a precious metal. Pharaohs, seen as gods on earth, demanded that everything around them be gilded, from their thrones to their chariots, and even the seats they were buried on. Why this obsession? Because gold is eternal. It doesn't rot. It doesn't rust. It doesn't tarnish. In a world defined by decay and chaos, gold was the one thing that felt like forever. It was a tangible piece of immortality. Then, around 600 BC, the king of Lydia, a man named Croesus, launched a bold and world-changing experiment. He grew tired of the slow, cumbersome process of weighing out chunks of gold and silver for every single transaction. So, he started stamping small, standardized pieces of metal with his own seal, his own face. In that moment, currency was born. But with the birth of currency came its dark twin, counterfeiting. The great human game between trust and greed had officially begun, a battle that continues to this very day. Fast forward to the 15th century, and a whisper turned into a roar that echoed across Europe. Rumors of entire cities of gold, El Dorado, hidden deep in the Americas. This legend triggered one of the most brutal and extensive wealth grabs in human history. Spanish conquistadors, armed with steel and ambition, landed on the shores of a new world. They encountered something they simply couldn't comprehend. To the Aztec and Inca civilizations, gold was a spiritual conduit, a way to connect with the divine. They crafted it into breathtaking masterpieces, intricate works of art that were more spirited than substance. To the Europeans, however, gold was something else entirely. It was the only passport to power, the ultimate currency of empire. And so, they melted down priceless, irreplaceable masterpieces into cold, hard, transportable bars. This gold fever didn't end there. It erupted again with explosive force in California in 1849. The news spread like wildfire, and hundreds of thousands of people abandoned their homes, their jobs, and their families, all to chase a dream of striking it rich by digging in the dirt. But as history consistently shows us, the ones who truly got rich during the gold rush were the ones panning for gold in the freezing rivers. No, it was the clever entrepreneurs who were selling the shovels, the pickaxes, and the blue jeans. For much of modern history, to create stability, humanity built its financial system on a rock, the gold standard. The idea was simple and powerful. Every paper bill in your pocket, every dollar, franc, or pound was a promise. It was a certificate that represented a real, physical piece of gold sitting securely in a government vault. You could, in theory, walk into a bank and exchange your paper for actual gold. It was a system built on tangible value. It felt perfect. It felt safe, until war happened. Governments quickly realized that if they wanted to fund massive wars, they needed far more money than they had gold in their vaults. The golden anchor was becoming too heavy. Then, on August 15th, 1971, U.S. President Richard Nixon made a televised announcement that would fundamentally change your life and the lives of everyone on the planet. He officially severed the direct convertibility of the U.S. dollar into gold. In that single moment, the 5,000-year-old anchor that tethered money to something real was cut. Money was no longer a claim on a physical asset. It became credit. Fiat currency. Its value now depended entirely on one thing: your trust in the government that issued it. If you trust them, the paper in your wallet has value. But it begs a terrifying question. What happens when that trust runs out? Today, we live in an unprecedented era. Governments and central banks around the world are printing money at a speed never before seen in human history. Trillions of dollars, euros, and yen are created out of thin air. While the world plays this high-stakes game called credit, It's fascinating to notice what the central banks themselves are doing. Quietly, behind the scenes, they are buying physical gold in massive, record-breaking amounts. Why? Perhaps because they know something the average person doesn't. They know that promises can be broken. Gold might not solve all your problems, but it serves as a powerful, silent reminder. When empires fall, when currencies collapse, and when credit fails, the simple rock that captivated our ancestors 5,000 years ago is often the only thing that still shines. If this story made you question the value of the paper in your wallet, leave a comment below. What would you rather hold? The promise of a government or a piece of the sun? Thanks for watching.